Hi, this is George Sorensen. I'm the author of the book, The Cello Who Loved Me, An Accidental Pilgrimage to Master the World's Most Beautiful Instrument. I started playing the cello when I was 71 years old and completely by accident. But I'm here to ask an expert about the cello, someone who's played for a long time about the instrument. Could you tell me a little bit about your career? How did you get started with the cello?
Hello, everyone. My name is Marcie Brown. I'm here talking with George, and I am excited to tell him what he's asking. How did I get started? I got started when I was 8 years old, and my dad was a symphony conductor, and everybody in my family that were older than me all played instruments. So cello was the one that was not chosen yet. So I picked it.
Well, I like the idea of the instrument picking you, and that was the experience I had attending a cello lecture and becoming enamored with the instrument in about an hour. So, at any point, did you want to just give up on the cello? And if so, why?
I did give up on the cello. After I got my master's degree in cello, I stopped playing cello and I started playing the bass. And the reason was because no one wanted a cello in their band. And I wanted to get work in New York City. So I played upright, not upright, electric bass for a year and no cello.
Well, I've always heard that if you want to get into a rock band, they're always looking for bass players because no one takes up the bass.
They
So,
wanted, yeah, they want a bass player. That was the whole point, right? No one ever wants a cello in any kind of fun music, just in an orchestra.
well, that was good thinking, and I think you made the right decision about that. Now, one question I have is I like playing duets with my teacher. I'm just a novice enough to be able to get through duets. I like the way the notes fit together and the way you're in a partnership with the person you're playing. What do you feel about duets as a good way to get you to practice?
Duets as a way to get, you mean like a student to practice?
Sure.
Well, when you play with anything in life, when you play with someone who has more experience, you're going to play better. Your level rises, right?
Yeah.
You're going to sound a lot better. Now, if you sound better, you're going to feel better. If you feel better, you're going to want to run home and practice all the time. So there you go. Duets is a way to make you practice, but don't play duets with someone who's horrible. That's my suggestion.
Well, steer clear of me because I'm still I'm still learning. I haven't been playing quiet for 3 years, and so I'm working my way up to the point where I can actually play, the easiest part with the different orchestras or chamber musics and things like that.
But we as teachers, we we don't mind playing with people who are just learning because we can play already. It's not going to pull our playing level down. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely. Well, that's why people go to teachers like you. It's because you understand the struggles of learning the instrument. And just a quick final question. I look at the fingerboard as being this vast uh, wasteland of emptiness. On a guitar, you've got frets to figure out where your finger goes. And I keep looking for landmarks on, on the fingerboard. And sometimes I think I find them, and sometimes I don't. Do you have any tips for getting your fingers in the right place when you're practicing?
It's all right here. You got to tune your ear in order to know where you're playing, right? But I'm sure your wonderful teacher that I read about in your book, it's the first teacher, I forgot her name. It might be Mary Ann, is it?
It is, Marianne, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that she taught you that fourth finger equals open string to the right of it, right? And then I always teach hold the baseball, half step between each of these. It's kind of hard to describe it because this is two and people think that's one, but that's two. I mean, it's one. One, two, three, four, right? So
Yeah.
1 to 2 is half step, 2 to 3 is half step, 3 to 4 is half step. And that's just your first position, but it moves all over the cello, right? So there's only two positions, this position and this one. That's it for first to fourth position, like before you hit the wood box down there, right? George, what piece are you working on?
That's a good question. I like playing Beatles songs. I like the contemporary music and
Well,
something.
but I mean, what about in your, I do too. So I love that. But I'm trying to get an idea of your level. So do you have something like a Suzuki book or
Yeah, I can play Suzuki 3 with no problem.
the whole book? The whole book?
Well,
Come on.
what I consider to be no problem is I can pretty much play every tune. Not perfectly,
Yeah.
but I can get through them so they're actually recognizable by somebody else.
So that means you're up in fourth position and fifth position and sixth position already, right?
Not, I, in theory, that is correct.
Yeah.
In practice, I do not always hit the right notes. But the thing is, I am determined to work so that I am more accurate.
Listen, I don't always hit the right notes either. We're not computers, right? But you were asking about, I think you were asking about, is it just a big wasteland? And
Yeah,
really, it can be when you land in fourth position, right? That's the easiest place to play because your hand's on the wood of the cello, right? You know what I mean? That should
sure.
be your easiest spot, right? So
Right.
that and first position are the easiest spots, and then you're going to develop your thumb position too. And you know how the strings are divided into halves and in fourths for the harmonics, right?
Right.
So it starts to not be a vast wasteland. It starts to be, as soon as you spend more time in each area of those, in each position, they become more familiar to you and more friendly to you, like anything is when you spend more time in it.
Well, that's great. Thank you for those tips. I hope we can make some more videos like this. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
All right, George, fun talking to you. And everybody get George's book, The Cello Who Loved Me. There it is.